Welcome to the stage, Mod Kieran!
Come on! Welcome to our first RuneFest Summit in over 5 years. Old School has been on an amazing journey in that time. We've delivered over 200 separate updates, over 20 different quests, including our biggest and best ever in Desert Treasure 2. We've brought you new game modes like Group Iron Man, a new raid in Tombs of Amaska, and so many different bosses from Next to Muspa to content like the Colosseum as well. I believe Old School RuneScape is the best MMO on the planet. A huge part of that is down to you. With the release of Raging Echoes League last year, we hit player numbers we have never seen before. We had over 230,000 of you logged in at one time, and that's absolutely incredible. Thank you for that. We want Old School RuneScape to be the MMO you can continue to call home, and we'll do that by keeping the community as our most important priority. Now, who's excited for our first showcase? Come on, you can be louder than that. Roll the tape.
I've seen many faces, each one unique, most of them fleeting. But some faces you never forget. I was there when they discovered it, watching, helpless. It took them all, one by one. Varlamore's bestiary is vast, but in it, there's no mention. They challenged it, the bravest, the strongest. Weapons drawn, hearts full of defiance, never to be seen again. And so, it waits, burrowed deep in the ruins, a shadow that will not fade, its name known only in whispers. The Doom of Mokayati.
Introducing Mod Other!
Is anyone a bit like me and afraid of the doom of Mokayotl? Yeah? Well, is anyone ready to take it down? Perfect. While you keep us safe, I'm going to take everyone else on a quick little tour of Varlamore, the Final Dawn. Now, with this Varlamore release, we are completing the main landmass. So we're leaving behind the luxurious splendor of Alduin. We're leaving behind the warm and dry Avium Savannah for the wilder reaches of Custodia Pass and the Talati Rainforest. So why don't we start from the top, literally, with Custodia Pass, the final land barrier between the Stranglewood and Varlamore proper. Now, that's a dangerous enough location if you've done Desert Treasure 2. But it's made even more dangerous by the brand new Custodian Stalker Slayer creatures. If you are brave enough to delve into the Stalker Den, you'll be able to get your hands on a brand new unique item. But of course, Slayer might not really be your speed. Perhaps you'd like to travel south to Auburn to help the Ents with their Veil Totems, a brand new fletching activity that will have you running around the forest using up the thousands of bows you may have stacked in your bank. If you do a good enough job helping the Ents commune with the spirits, well, they might just share in the bounty of the forest with you. Of course, that's one reward, but we all know the real reward is the bank slots you'll be freeing up by recycling those bows. Of course, let's go further south. What about a rainforest? Well, I personally think a rainforest is never going to be complete without a really large, giant crab. Now, you might be familiar with sand crabs. You might know rock crabs. You might be partial to ammonite crabs. You probably know what it's like to get crashed there, yeah? Exactly. That's why, with the brand new gemstone crab, it's a collaborative training method. You can have everyone in the world hitting this crab, and you're not really going to be losing out on your combat experience. But if there's that many people hitting the boss, how am I going to get my loot? Well, the gemstone crab itself offers gems to the top 16 players that damage it. And if you want to be one of the top 16, you're going to have to get those agility levels, because you need to navigate the rainforest quickly and efficiently and be there first, get your damage in, and reap your reward. So this is a Varlamore release, and we don't do Varlamore releases without a bundle of new quests. Of course, the headline of this is going to be the finale of the Twilight Emissaries storyline. Now, perhaps you're not really a lorehound. Maybe you preferred a riveting tale. I'm inclined to agree. That's why we're going to be bringing lots of smaller quests to Varlamore: The Final Dawn. But there's one question. When is the Final Dawn? Well, this one is for the lorehounds, because you may know there's a cult that wants it to happen as soon as possible. We're very fortunate that they don't actually have a say. So for us, we're expecting the Final Dawn in July. Be ready.
Make some noise for Maud Genghis!
It's so great to be here to be able to talk to you guys about the official client project. Now, we've got loads of things lined up this summer, and I'm really excited to be here to share it with you. For those of you who don't know, Maud Genghis, product manager of the official client project. And I've been here in this role for about 14 months, and one would like to think he's learned a lot of things about kind of the player base, the client, how you guys play, mobile, all these things. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that I'll never fully learn about the old school player. And the reason for that is you guys have such unique ways of playing this game. Like the relationship you have with the client, with mobile, with how you play, where you play, when you play, that really drives us, and it really pushes us to better understand how to make the client project as relevant and great as possible. So, one of the things that really stood out to me the most is where you guys play this game. And I have a couple player stories that I wanted to share, because I've been talking on Reddit to players all over the world where they play Old School. Would you guys like to hear some? Awesome. All right, well, our first player story is a player in... Thank you so much. I was waiting for that. We have pilots playing up 40,000 feet in the air, and quite frankly, I'm pretty sure there's multiple of these pilots playing. You just see if you guys have been on Reddit, you might have seen that photo. But conversely, we've also had a player playing 2,000 feet underground in a mine shaft to simulate that mining experience. I'm not kidding. They wanted to simulate the mining and also mine in real life. Our third player is a player in Alaska who was on a glacial tour of a beautiful lake. This is the actual photo, by the way. And she wanted to connect to satellite internet so she could slay abyssal demons. Because when you're on holiday, why not play some Old School? Our next story is the Johnny Appleseed of Canada. Now, for those of you that don't know, Johnny Appleseed is a mythical figure that would plant millions of trees across the Americas. And we have a Canadian player who did that in Old School RuneScape while planting trees. So he was leveling his farming while also planting over 1 million trees across Canada. But this is my favorite one. It's a player in Thailand who, when he'd hit 99 prayer, decided to do it in front of the great big Buddha. And you can see it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just few of the many stories we have of people playing the mobile client all over the world, of people taking the client and really extracting meaning to it. And that really gives us a lot of inspiration. It gives us a lot of motivation to make the client the best it can be. So how do we communicate this to you? How do we explain the why behind the what, behind all the work that we're going to be releasing this year? Now, the same way you guys have quests in-game, we have quests internally for this project. And I have 3 I want to talk to you guys today, which will help clarify a lot what we're doing with the official client. Now, number 1, we want to deliver seamless crossplay. Now, some of you may be thinking right now, Genghis, we have crossplay. I can play on mobile, I can play on desktop, I can play on my tablet, and you guys are right. We can play crossplay. I mean, the mobile client came out 6 years ago, and by and far, it's one of the only one-to-one recreations of an MMORPG. However, we feel that the key word is seamless. We want you to be able to play on mobile the same way you play on desktop. And we think that's a really noble challenge. And that's something that we're really aiming for with the client project. Number 2, you guys have all heard about HD. I can confirm to you HD is coming on mobile. It's a big thing. But we can't deliver HD without prioritizing performance. We need really good performance because the official client project has so many devices to take into account. And so we will be delivering graphics, but not without a solid foundation of performance, which is why you haven't seen HD yet. We're still getting our standard definition render out there, and I'll go into that a little bit later. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the announcement I'm most excited to say. We are delivering a plugin ecosystem to the official client, which also means plugins on mobile. I mean, shout out to all the plugin creators that have helped build this game up. We want to help you guys, deliver you the tools to build the most amazing plugins, and we really feel like we can do that. We have the technology, we have everything to really accommodate it, and we feel like we can do that. So imagine something like Quest Helper on mobile. That would be game-changing, right? OK. So with these 3, again, it really helps us inform what this project is about. But I just want to mention 2 more things before I get off stage, and that's our render and our plugin API. As you know, the current official client has a Java-style render, and so far it's worked really well. It's all reliable. It does great. It's rendered the game up until now, but we can't build on it. There's no future in the Java-style render because we don't have a roadmap for what we can do to improve it, so we need to replace it. And with our Java-style render, we will be introducing our new RuneTech render alongside. So in the next few months, you'll see your RuneTech render appear as a beta form, which you can access in SD mode. Now, RuneTech has 2 modes. It has SD and HD. SD is your 07 style graphics, but with improved performance. And you'll see this across most of your mobile devices, and especially on desktop, where gains are easier in this tech. Furthermore, with HD, we have so much cool work coming out with it. And the only reason you haven't seen it again is because we need to make sure that our SD mode functions great. Imagine our graphics like a 10-story penthouse suite. The first floor and the ground floor is our performance. Without that, we can't build on top of it. So when you guys see this in the next few months, please check it out. Please try it out. Let us know. We are going to make sure we get all the kinks out of the system before we replace the old Java-style render with our new RuneTech render. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about our plugin API. To the creators in this room, to those that maybe want to create someday, we believe that our plugin API is really powerful. And one of the reasons it's really powerful is because we have access to in-game values. Take, for instance, Loot Tracker. Loot Tracker right now, the iteration that we have as a plugin, it can't get those right values. It is estimating it based on player data. what we can do with our plugin API is that we can give these creators full access to exactly the value that we're looking for, that is underneath the hood of the game. And we think that's really powerful, not just for Loot Tracker, but for hundreds of plugins out there. So overall, we want to deliver seamless crossplay. We want to have a beautiful game that runs smoothly. And last but not least, we want to deliver a plugin ecosystem because it's high time we all get access to the plugins that we need and that we love for this game. So when can you expect this all? Everything's going to come out in summer, if everything goes according to plan. Because of SD, guys, because it's so technical, we don't know how it can work out. There are so many different devices out there, which you may have seen. Some struggle, some do great. We got to work it out first. But if SD goes great, HD will come out soon after because we have the work. It's ready to go. It just needs that foundation. And plugins as well, you can expect this summer. So thank you again to the plugin creators, to all the players, to Old School. I can't wait to get this stuff out. Have a great RuneFest, everyone.
They think that I am a fool. And maybe they're right. You see, I have spent a lifetime wondering what lies beyond that horizon. Ever curious of what secrets are out there, just waiting to be discovered. Unknown isles filled with mystery. New faces to meet and creatures to uncover. And if I'm lucky, I may even find my fortune through hidden treasures and untold riches. And although I may face monsters of the deep and storms unlike any other, I say let those winds roar. For today I will set sail for that horizon, and the sea will finally be mine to claim. No matter how foolish it may be.
Ahoy there, Maud Elena!
RuneFest! Hello! There you have it. The Sailing Alpha is coming later this month. We're so excited to show you how far along it is. In fact, some of the attendees here at RuneFest will have played it already. And for those of you at home, don't worry. You'll get to try it out later this month when we open up sailing-specific worlds so that absolutely everyone can get to try the Sailing Alpha. Many of you already know what sailing is, but for those who don't, sailing is Old School RuneScape's first new skill. Yeah. It's all about navigating your boat, using it as a tool to interact with the world around you. You start off on this tiny little raft, and then you work your way up to eventually become an experienced captain, commanding a crew of your own, and traversing the most hazardous of waters. On your journey, you'll dive with mermaids, chase ducks, and explore the far reaches of the ocean, this vast area that you've only ever seen from land. There are many ways to use your boat. In true old school fashion, many roads lead to 99, but the path that you choose is up to you. So let's dive into those paths. Who here likes combat? Yeah? Well, you're in luck, because in sailing, you'll be able to fight enemies at sea using cannons on your boat. There'll be dangerous sea monsters for you to take down, such as sea krakens, monodons, and sharks, and even cutthroat pirates. Or maybe you are the pirate. Hey. For those of you who like more laid-back skilling methods, keep an eye out for shipwreck salvaging. Its activity level is similar to traditional woodcutting and fishing. And with the salvaging hook on your boat, you can salvage from shipwrecks that once carried precious loot, like resources and treasure, which can now be yours. So who here likes more fast-paced skilling activities? OK, quite a few. And that's a relief, because we're introducing Barracuda Trials. It's a fast-paced time trial that really puts your sailing ability to the test. Speed your way through the trial and beat the Barracuda faction at their own game. Achieve the top rank of Marlin and earn unique rewards. These are just some of the gameplay methods that you can expect from sailing. And in the alpha, you'll get to try some of them out. In addition to that, you'll get to see how construction helps you build facilities on your boat, and how those facilities help you access more areas and more gameplay out at sea. Your feedback is integral to making sailing the best it can possibly be. So please, there we go. Please, do attend the alpha later this month and tell us what you think. And lastly, if everything goes well, we're hoping to release sailing later this year in autumn 2025. We hope to see you all on the seas of Gillinor. Thank you very much. Woo!
Let's hear it for Mod Rise!
We've talked about some really exciting things so far, but updates like Project Rebalance have shown us that you care about improving existing content just as much as you care about hype new content. The game's been around for over a decade now, and it's going to be around for many more. So I'm here to talk to you about the Summer Sweep-Up, what we're doing to take care of the game's health, and our plans to polish up some of the not-so-shiny, but still important components that make up its unique experience. Starting with variety in combat. People have really enjoyed the impact that elemental weaknesses have had on the game. People have also really enjoyed having access to a viable halberd. So we're expanding both. Elemental weaknesses have had time to settle, and we've seen when and where people have appreciated their presence. We'll be using that to curate a huge new list of monsters with weaknesses. For halberds, we're ripping off some of the arbitrary shackles that were placed on their reach. You'll now be able to use them to deal damage to a bunch of new monsters, including Zulrah. Next up, drop tables. We'll be looking to adjust drop tables to be slightly more appropriate for where they sit in the game. We've been collecting data about what items are coming from where. For example, should we take a look at some blood rune sources? OK, so we've got starting worms as a baseline. And we've got Firewatch Sentinels dropping slightly more. That makes sense to me. They're Vias. And Olm at the top. Perfect. Raids. Wait, no, never mind. Nomad's dropping 33 million blood runes a week. I know he's out here somewhere. I saw him earlier. You get the idea. And whilst we curb some drop tables, we'll be using that reclaimed space to bring other, more underwhelming drop tables up to scratch. And there's more. Slayer. We've got so many ideas. Everything from perk price reworks to block list reworks, from Abyssal Sire to Inferno tasks. Really, there's too much in the Summer Sweep-Up for us to talk about it all in detail. You'll be hearing more about our plans for it in summer, as you might have guessed. But the point here is to reaffirm our commitment to updates like this and updates like Project Rebalance, so that our newest updates are building on solid foundations that can keep this wonderful game of ours going for a long, long time. Thank you.
What if you could take the Old School RuneScape experience and make it your own? We're working on bringing you just that with Project Zanaris in the first step of our vision, Community Worlds.
These are all about letting you take control, tweaking and modifying game parameters to reimagine classic game modes, or to dream up something completely new.
There's still a lot to do, but we're already having a blast exploring all the possibilities. We can't wait to show you more of everything Project Zanaris has to offer. But let's have a quick look at what the team have been getting up to in the meantime.
Hi, I'm Freddy. I mean Mod Freddy. Phew, nearly doxed myself there. And this is my world, Rat King. Players have massively boosted XP rates, infinite run energy, infinite range ammo, static store inventories, and only half an hour to level up, gear up, and kill Scurious to become the Rat King. Who's coming for my crown?
My entire game plan is do Restless Ghost, make bronze knives, fight Big Rat.
We need some bronze bars. If I can ever mine copper, that would be great, actually. Please and thank you.
So we've got 51 prayer from that, so that's big, that's massive. Let's smith some bronze. I just need one knife. No. Oh. There we go, right, we're done, right. I need money. I can't buy armor without any money. Do I just go Stronghold Security? I feel like it's a must.
Now, the fastest way to get to the Stronghold Security isn't to kill things as we run there.
Ducks? Yeah, you get that. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're good.
It's to go to talk to Count Chet, because he can just teleport you straight there. Stronghold Security done. Time to get some range levels.
And now we just train.
We've got the money, we've got the gear. This rat's toast.
Right, down to the sewers where I belong.
Please stop, I just want to attack you.
We've already wasted nearly half my prayer.
Please go to phase 3. I can handle phase 3. Phase 3!
No. No! I misclicked, one misclick.
Right, King.
You've seen just a single concept of what Project Zanaris can do, but the possibilities are truly endless, and we've barely scratched the surface.
Welcome to the secretive world of Falador Fight Club. You start with level 50 in all combat skills. You'll be permanently skulled, deal double damage. Players are confined to an area stretching from Falador in the southeast, Burthorpe in the north, and Catherby in the west. After spawning, the goal is simple: fight.
Right, so we're beginning. Now, there are a lot of people here already. If they get in combat with me, I've got no food to defend myself, let alone weapons to fight backwards.
That's Seb. There is not a chance I am fighting Seb. I'm gonna go to the mine.
I have some rune armor, big defenses there. I also have the Amethyst darts equipped as well, which are 2 ticks, super fast. I'm gonna make myself over the White Wolf Mountain before we do inevitably potentially die in Catherby. If someone is camping that fishing spot, it's not gonna be a good time for me.
There is Sani 2. Oh my god. Oh no, I didn't. That wasn't a good fight. That's like the opposite of whatever MLG gameplay is.
Oh no, Manx has spotted me fishing. That is not good, and he sent me 20s. I don't think I can evade him. He's wanting the D-base 54 on my head. Good fight, brother. Oh no, it's over before I stood a chance.
Our goal is to make this a space where players can dive in, create, and share their own Old School RuneScape experiences.
And these 2 game modes are just small examples. There's a huge range of other modifiers that you can use to make your world completely unique. And this is just the beginning. We're excited to continue working with you, the community, to bring the full potential of Project Zanaris to life.
If you want to get involved, register your interest today.
Introducing Mod Default!
Hi everyone, I'm Mod Default. I'm the Development Director for Project Zanaris. What you've just seen is a small sample of what we're building as part of this exciting new addition to the Old School RuneScape franchise. Our goal is to empower you with the tools to create your own unique Old School RuneScape experiences from day one, and then add to those tools over time to gradually unlock more and more unique content. You've seen 2 examples of that so far in our trailer, Rat King and Falador Fight Club. These are 2 game modes that it's possible to create using Zanaris tools today, and we have just scratched the surface. We are so excited to talk more about those tools and put it into the hands of more of you through this year. We have hundreds of parameters already to choose from, and we're so excited to see how you in the community use and combine these in ways we haven't even thought of yet. So please, express your interest in upcoming playtests by signing up through our website or the Discord. We're actually looking to get a new wave of players involved as soon as next month. So if you're interested, sign up now to be one of the first to get hands-on with the tools, the experiences it can create, and talk with us about how you want to use them and the kind of experiences that you're excited to make. Thank you very much. Have a great RuneFest.
Joining us now, Mod Arcane!
Tech and stuff done, I think it's time for something brand new. Deep below Kurend, in the chasm of fire, an ancient evil stirs, and a new challenge awaits. He's been known by many names: the Lord of Packs, the Demon of Bargains, the Master of Trades. But you might know him as Yama. Now, Yama is going to be no pushover. You can expect him to test your limits with his powers over shadows and fire in this new endgame encounter. Like with the Royal Titans, Yama is going to be balanced around 2 players. So if you're like me and you only have that one friend, Yama is going to be perfect for you. Additionally, Yama is going to be coming in with a brand new contract system. Yama is a demon that likes to make deals. So what more fitting than signing contracts for unique encounters with unique rewards? This system was partly inspired by the Awaken bosses from Desert Treasure 2. You'll be able to use these contracts to challenge Yama to fights with modified rule sets for unique and aspirational rewards. So, in short, endgame boss, duo focus, new best-in-slot rewards, aspirational challenges, and a giant demon. You can expect to see a blog for Yama very soon. And provided that 70% of you sign that contract, you'll be able to take him on later this spring. Thank you.
Please welcome back to the stage, Mod Kieran!
So let's have a look at how our roadmap is shaping up. Firstly, the Sailing Alpha. It's playable at RuneFest right now, and later this month, it'll be playable at home. We've already had some amazing feedback from all of the people at RuneFest, but we need your feedback at home to make sure that we're building something truly special. We've brought you a lot of mid-game bosses in the last couple of years, and that's built a real big appetite for something more endgame. You've just seen the surprise announcement of Yama, our new duo-focused boss, but we've also got the Doom of Mokiatl, our Delve boss, which is part of the Varlamore release. Together with the Doom, you've got the Veil Totems, our new fletching activity, our finale to the Varlamore storyline, and much more. And that's releasing together as Varlamore: The Final Dawn in summer this year. On the smaller scale, the Summer Sweep-Up. These are smaller updates, but really, really just as important as those big ones. We believe it's vital to upgrade, iterate, and improve the existing game as is, not just the big, exciting releases. You've had an awesome insight into Project Zanaris and to our mobile client. And I know I can't wait to get HD and plugins like the Quest Helper on mobile. Now, I haven't had time to talk about absolutely everything today, but in late 2025, we will also see the return of Deadman. I've got one more special insight for you. Beyond 2025, in 2026, we will be aiming to bring you our next raid. Now, you can expect to hear a lot more about that in our Winter Summit later this year. Now, that's a bish bash bosh from me. That's the RuneFest Summit. Thank you from all of us. Enjoy the rest of your RuneFest. But there is one more thing.
My dear sister, what have we become? It was all within our grasp. A new home, a future for our people, an end to our enemies. All lies. Power slips through idle fingers, and every opportunity we've been given, we have squandered. But you, dear sister, you have delivered the means for our salvation. With it, I will finally reclaim our destiny. And this time, no one will stand in my way. The blood moon will rise once more.
The Mayaki are dead. I'm going to have to go off script for a moment. Was that you? First RuneFest in 5 years. I am excited. I am buzzing. You're buzzing too. We're all buzzing. I don't want to diminish your excitement, but I have to point out, when I say the Mayaki are dead, that's bad news. Right. We're going to go back to the script. We're going to try that again. I'm trusting you all. The Mayaki are dead. And now, the blood moon rises. I get the feeling I might need to explain what the blood moon is. It's an ancient and forgotten title. one that only the most worthy could ever claim. The last to hold it abandoned it long ago. But now, after centuries of absence, he has returned. Lawernial Drakan. And there is only one hope of stopping him. Yep. Uh-oh. You. In this Grandmaster finale to the vampire storyline, you will travel to a brand new area, Vampirium, the ancestral home of the vampires. There, you'll face Drakan himself. And whether you succeed or fail, the world will be forever changed. Because one way or another, this is where it all ends. Now, I don't intend to spoil the events of this quest. I don't think you quite understand how this works. Don't worry, though. We're going to have more to share with you very soon. So for now, I'm going to leave you with a word of advice. Prepare. And prepare well. The clock is ticking. And while you may not be ready for Drakan, he is most certainly ready for you. Because no matter what, the blood moon will rise once more.